Welcome back to the Moto Muse vlog. I'm Hannah. So last week I was telling you all about my very first track day, which really got me reminiscing and just thinking about all my awesome rides on my Ninja back here. But the thing is I've actually been riding my Yamaha Radian a lot more recently. I've been doing things like Babes Ride Out in October, which is where you camp off of your motorcycle with a lot of other awesome women. And that's the sort of thing where you need a bike that's both comfortable for long distance riding and you can put storage on it. And my Radian just fit the bill in that case. In addition to that, I have been riding with Dames Do Care, which I talk about in my second vlog. They are an organization that's getting PPE orders to organizations and people that need them in the local Bay Area. It's a really great cause, and it's been really fun to have such purpose behind my riding, as I talk about in that vlog. But again, it helps to have storage that I can put whatever deliveries need to be made into that storage. In addition, I'll have a backpack, whatever needs to be done that way. But I have not been riding my Ninja back here, so she's been needing a little TLC, which made me think, you know what? It's a beautiful weekend. Why not give her an oil change? She needs it. I need to remember how to do it. And it was a really great time. We being Josh and I, decided to have a little motorcycle afternoon. We opened up the garage. He was working in the driveway, I was working on Smofo. Smofo is the name of my motorcycle. I don't know about you, but I love naming my bikes. So Smofo is my Ninja and my Radian is named Captain. So before you do an oil change, it's always a good idea to warm up your motorcycle. Again, I'm not a mechanic, so I don't want to step on any toes. If you have a professional giving you advice, listen to them. But in my experience, it's good to have warm oil in the bike. So I let Smofo run for about 5 minutes or so, waited till she got nice and warm, then turned her off. Josh had some rear stands, so he let me borrow one so I could put her up on a rear stand, which really made getting underneath a little bit easier. I went ahead and rummaged through Josh's toolbox to get everything I needed. I was actually able to do the entire thing myself. I watched a few tutorials on YouTube, which honestly is just always a really great resource. I would love to at some point be able to do some tutorials on here, but for this weekend, I was just making sure that I remembered how to do it. So I pulled out the oil pan, made sure that I had the right socket and wrench, and got to work. I did put on some rubber gloves that I had. It's a messy job, and I still got messy, but it kind of helped alleviate a little bit of the oil under the fingernails. I was able to loosen the drain plug, and I'll tell you what, sometimes those things get on there real tight. It is so nice when I can just loosen it and get it done myself, and it just feels really, really great. So was able to get the drain plug off, let the oil drain, put the plug back in, shifted the oil pan forward, because the oil pan I was using was actually really cool because it has a grate so that you're able to loosen whatever bolts and things off of your bike or whatever automobile you're working on. And if it drops, it'll get caught and not end up in your pan of oil. So that's just like a really nice feature. I don't know, I did try to hold it up in the video. I'm not sure if it came out or not, but I was able to put the plug back, didn't have to worry about losing it, shifted the oil pan forward, and removed or loosened the bolt for the filter. And this part's always just kind of cool because this whole little chunk just kind of comes out of your bike, and it feels like that moment in Jurassic Park where I'm blanking on his name, but he's going after the dinosaur DNA and it comes out in that canister, and I just always feel like I'm pulling dino DNA out of my bike when I'm pulling the oil filter out. So whatever. I like that thought. At any rate, you pull it out, you basically finagle the filter off, switch out the rubber O-rings, the large one and the smaller one that's kind of hidden. Put new ones on, which mine got a little funky when I was putting the oil filter back in and started loosening and popping out. I was like, no, so I had to like loosen it, fix it, put it back in. But all in all, just a really fun project, a really pretty straightforward and simple project to do with your bike. It just, I don't know, every time I work on my bike, whether it's a mechanical thing I'm doing or something cosmetic like putting decals and stuff on and just kind of making it personal, I just feel like I get more connected to my motorcycle. I get more connected to my rides. So it's really, really fun whenever I work on a bike. It should probably be noted that once I did start filling the bike up with oil, it's always a good idea to put a little bit in, run the bike so that the new fresh oil can actually go through the bike, and then fill up to the fill line. At least that's how we do it here. Again, check with your local mechanic before you follow my advice. My advice though is that if you have a motorcycle and you've never changed its oil, you should at least give it a shot. It's a very easy task. There are tons of videos out on YouTube. There's a lot of written tutorials. It's just a really great way to learn more about your bike. Having grown up, learning how to drive and having cars, I've always found cars to be a little bit intimidating because they're so big, and a lot of times you do need to get under them, and it feels like a lot. But a bike is just so compact, and I mean, there's half the amount of wheels as there are with a car, and it's just a really nice, accessible way for me. It's always felt like an accessible way for me to learn how to be more involved on a mechanical level. So that's been one of the things that I've looked forward to in owning a bike, and now in getting to work on it more, is just getting to understand how it really works and runs. So I'm still new in a lot of ways to what I'm learning, but it's exciting, and it's always a little bit of an adventure, even when I make a mess. So it was really great to do. It was fun, honestly, to just spend the afternoon, Josh and I just working on our bikes and having a good time, jokes back and forth, and I don't know, perfect afternoon if you ask me. So now that she's all clean and ready to go. I'm gonna have to take her out for a ride, so yeah, maybe we'll have some footage on the next vlog. But thank you so much for tuning in, and I hope you all are staying safe, that you're also getting to enjoy this beautiful weather that we're starting to have, and have an awesome week.